let's get into the video. So, I have got myself some new gloves. So it seems to me, so the place said to try on both, and for some reason I didn't pay attention. And the right one is a heck of a lot more comfortable than the left one. Maybe it'll wear in, I don't know, I'll see. These were actually probably the most comfortable, or probably second most comfortable at the store that I went to. I went to Cycle Gear, which ironically is the only dedicated, it's got, it like presses into my hand where that knuckle guard is. Only on the left one though. It doesn't bother me on the right. I don't know why. But yeah, Cycle Gear in Indianapolis is the only, well, actually there might be one other in Indy, but I live up near Fort Wayne, Indiana. There is not a single dedicated motorcycle gear store anywhere in it, like anywhere close to me. There's only two that I have found, and they are in Indianapolis, which kind of sucks. I mean, Cycle Gear was nice. This glove on my right hand feels perfect. This glove on my left hand is really bothering me, so I wish I had tried this on at the store. They might let me return it though. The other glove that I really liked was the Reacts brand. Those are really nice. I wasn't impressed with the other ones, especially for the prices that they had on them. But yeah. But basically, well, for starters, I was so excited to get the bike out today because it is super nice out. It's 75 degrees, nice and sunny. I had to open my visor to check because with my transitioning lens, it's hard to tell if it's sunny or not. I mean, it is cloudy, but anyways. What I wanted to talk about today was the new gloves, which are, I mean, I pretty much already talked about them, but they are built Spirit 2.0s. This is my first time wearing them, and like I said, the right glove feels great. The left glove doesn't feel that great, but I'll see if it wears in good. And another thing to think about is I paid $29.99 for these gloves, which is a pretty good price considering the other gloves I was putting on were $80, $100, and these gloves are more comfortable than a lot of those gloves that were in the $60, $70, $80 range, and they're just as comfortable as gloves that were in the $100 range, and I feel like they have just as good protection. I mean, on the back of your fingers right here, maybe not, because that's just mesh, but you've got your knuckles, you've got your leather palms. So I feel like they're a really good pair of gloves. And it is, just in case anybody can't notice, it is stupid windy out today. One thing that might have me up, like, I thought when I first got on this bike, 500's plenty. And this isn't my first bike. So one thing I want to talk about is I have had several bikes before. So I started on a Yamaha. I always get it wrong. I want to say it was an XJ 650. I know it was a Maxim. And that was my very first bike. I bought it for like 700 bucks or 1,000 or something. I don't remember. And then my second bike, I traded that in at the same place. Or maybe I think I sold that on Facebook. God, I was gonna bob it. But anyways, my second bike was a like 2003 Honda Shadow 750. That bike was slower than shit. Let's just put it that way. I hope my mic's still hanging in here. But, and we're trying the low sensitivity today, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, the Shadow 750, I do not recommend that bike to anybody because this thing makes the Shadow look like a turtle. It only has 5 speeds. The shaft drive is nice, but it only has 5 speeds. So that's kind of a downside to that bike. And it's just stupid slow. Like, whenever I was following somebody on that bike, I was wide open throttle the whole time because of how slow it is. And so from that bike, I moved up to it was like a 2017, I believe, Victory Vegas 8-ball. And I loved that bike. I wish I had kept it and just upgraded the seat, because I see how much upgraded seat helps with having done so on this bike. But because that bike made so much, although I will say Victory, while the engine was a very good engine, Victory had its quirks. So on the bagger, which I had a Victory bagger later on, I had a cross country. On the bagger, the shock goes out, which is annoying. And then on all Victory bikes, all of them have the problem where at some point your clutch cable is gonna snap. That was the #1 most common problem I saw, and that strands you unless you carry around a pair of vice grips, which I never did. But, and that's a common problem. All I see is, if you get on a Victory page, all you see is snapped clutch cables. So while for the most part the Victory is a very good bike, it makes plenty of power. And that bike sounded phenomenal. I had Sony pipes on it. I loved the sound that thing made. I have completely gone off on a tangent, and I really forget what I was talking about. But we'll just keep going with this here. So after the Victory, I went without a bike for a while. Eventually bought another one, and that was like a 2007 Yamaha FZ1. That bike was awesome. I loved the Yamaha. So the Yamaha, like, I did end up having to have the front wheel replaced at a certain point, and for my price range, I could only find like an aftermarket wheel. But I did buy Michelin tires, but I had all new Michelin tires on it, but by the time I was done. But yeah, so I had an aftermarket front wheel. And then I loved that bike though. That bike was awesome. At a certain point, I might get an MT-10 or an MT-09. But then my next bike after that was the Victory Cross Country, which had a bad rear shock, which needed replaced, and I didn't want to spend $800 on a bike that you couldn't buy new parts for, and that they went out of business. I love Indian, but they're so expensive. I mean, maybe at some point I'll get an Indian. Oh, which that's actually another thing I want to talk about, but I want to keep my train of thought here, or at least try to. But anyways, what I was talking about, those are my past bikes. And one thing I have found that I absolutely hate on this bike is while it has plenty of get up and go, it does not have plenty of like pushing the wind out of the way power. Like, it cannot accelerate in heavy wind, like at high, like above 60. You aren't going anywhere unless you're in like 4th gear. So I might upgrade to a Rebel 1100 at some point, or maybe something else. I see the Hawk 11's coming out. That would be a cool bike to get. I don't know. Oh, this isn't a road. I don't even know where I am, honestly. So yeah, it would be cool to not be the wind's bitch. But anyways, so yeah, there's that. That's my bike history. Talking about the gloves already. The next thing I want to talk about is kind of gear. And what I mean by that is cameras and microphones / recorders, which there's not going to be much to talk about on the recorder front. I'm just going to chill because there's nobody on this road and it's chipping still. But anyways, so for the recorder, I am trying low sensitivity this time. So guys, let me know how you feel about the low sensitivity versus the last video, which was medium sensitivity. I know I'm not going to want to use high because I think I talk too loud for that. And I think that'd blow everybody's ears out. But as far as cameras go, GoPro was running their ads for $200 off the, maybe it was more than that. Maybe it was $350 with a 1-year GoPro subscription, and I think it's $550. So maybe it's $250 off. So yeah, because of that that deal that I found, I mean, I feel like that's a really good deal. A GoPro Hero 10 Black for basically $300. I don't think you can beat that. So I went ahead and bought it. So on top of now having good audio, we will have good. I mean, the Hero Session, don't get me wrong, it's good. It is outdated. It doesn't have hyper smooth. There's like no adjustment for the image quality aside from like resolution and FPS. So it'll be nice to have a newer GoPro finally. But yeah, so the Hero 10 Black is on the way. Hopefully it won't take too long to get here. I think it said about 2 to 3 days. All I'm really hoping for is that it's here in time for the April 9th. I'm going to an Indian demo day with a buddy of mine. He won't have a camera or anything like that, but he's just going with me. But I want to record and kind of give my thoughts on the Indian bikes. See if you guys like that, see how it turns out. I'm hoping to have the new camera for that. And if you guys have any bikes you want to see me ride that Indian has come out with recently, let me know, and I will make sure to include that in the video. I know I want to ride the Scout, I know I want to ride the FTR, and I know I want to ride the Pursuit / I believe it's called the Challenger. So much chip and seal out here. Just hope it's not loose. I'm going faster than I thought. Anyways, so I don't know how many of you guys that have a Rebel have been around RZRs or have had one or something. I think the 500 sounds exactly like an RZR 1000. Maybe it's just me, but I think they sound really similar. I don't think that's a bad thing. I do wish it had a bit of a... I mean, I guess the RZR has an intimidating... I just wish it would be a more unique sound, I guess. It's not bad. It's just not like, wow, that's amazing. I haven't heard an 1100 with an exhaust in person. I'd like to. I think I would like it. But I still like the 500 sound. I think Honda makes good sounding bikes for the most part. I think the FZ1 and the Vegas are my most favorite sounding bikes that I've personally had. The Maxim sounded pretty good too, but it was always stock exhaust. I would have liked to hear that thing with something else on it. The Shadow sounded like a Harley, pretty basic V-twin sound, and it was slower than a drunk dog. So I take that bike for what it was worth. But yeah, let me know if you guys want to see anything in specific at the ride. And I hope you guys enjoy that, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know how it sounds. But I appreciate you guys watching. I think this glove is getting better as I ride, so that's good. Oh geez, that was a hard bump. We are edging ever closer to the break-in service for this bike. We're at 432 miles. And I think you guys have been along for a lot of those miles so far. It is still running perfect. I haven't had any issues out of it. I did adjust the preload right before this ride. Honestly, I think it's better. I'm just now thinking about it. I think me putting the preload on medium helped. Like I said, guys, I weigh about 320, and I think that's a lot on this bike. So, but it seems to be doing better, and this is a pretty bumpy road. Anyways, I'm rambling, guys. And if you guys can give me, I don't know if you guys want to give me ideas of what you'd like to have videos on. I don't know, I do a lot of different stuff. I like photography and videography, but I'm not like, it's just something I enjoy. So it's not like something I have an immense amount of knowledge on. I have been doing photography for probably since I was in high school. Not professionally or anything, just as a hobby. But I still haven't figured out like really deep information on it. Like what all the stuff, I mean, I know what the stuff means, but I just don't know like the complete ins and outs of photography. I just know how to edit and make a picture look nice. That's about it. And I have a decent camera. It's a Nikon D5600. But I also like video games. I thought about talking about video games on the vlog. I don't really see, I mean, I don't know if that would put people off, but it's also my vlog, so I might do it anyways. Because I don't really ever hear any other motorcyclists talking about video games. But I feel like there's got to be some motorcycle guys out there that like video games. So I might talk about that at some point. And I might talk about like motorcycle news, what's like I mentioned the Hawk 11 earlier. I might just talk about stuff like that. I also want to like review motorcycles, try stuff out that I haven't ridden before. But that's all the farther I want to like talk into that for now. Like there's a lot of stuff I want to do, but right now the channel isn't really anywhere close to being able to support that kind of stuff. I do have some highly viewed videos, but they're like car exhaust videos, which I still would like to do more of that too. But I don't know. I have like so many different interests and things that I like that I don't really know what to do. But I am enjoying the MotoVlogging so far, and I hope other people are too. I'm going to end the video here, so thanks for watching, guys.